You're watching Drakeling Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakeling Gaming. It's Sunday Mountain, sort of the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Arches. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alrighty. I'm realizing where this conversation is going, and I try to keep my thoughts under control, to keep them from wandering. Most of my thoughts are hidden from Cameron unless I intentionally project them out to him, but if they're strong enough, he picks up on them. This time, though, we both seem to be on the same page despite not having to read minds. It's lonely, alright? Just being able to talk to someone would make things... His next thoughts are sharp and short. You just need someone to talk to. Cameron isn't asking me, just making a deadpan statement. It almost hurts with how cold he's being. Even when he gets upset or huffy, there's still a warmness to him that always makes me feel like things are okay, but that's gone now. I try to remember if this has happened before. Cameron is always so nice and gentle after I've been through something rough like this, but this time, I keep these thoughts very quiet as I close my eyes in frustration. The aches in my body making things so much more agitating and distracting. Listen, Cam, if you're just jealous because I want to hang out and be closer... Jealous? I wince again. Please, Cameron, my head. I'm scared! I'm trying to look out for you because you won't even do that for yourself! That's what it felt like. I felt it when Arturo was just talking about hanging out over the weekend. Fine, maybe I felt a little jealous, but it kind of fucking hurts when you realize you're not enough for your boyfriend and he has to rely on some straight guy to make him feel good. What the hell? I'm angry, but also baffled at just how nasty he's being. This isn't like Cameron at all, at least I don't think so. This has never come up before. Well, that straight guy lost almost everything trying to save us. Besides, I'm not into him like that at all, and he's definitely not into me. You know that, and you'll be there the whole time. This conversation, what we're arguing about, is all so surreal. Since when did Cameron say stuff like this or even feel this way? Is this always the case? You're oversimplifying things, making me sound like a crazy, obsessive boyfriend so you can justify doing things that are stupid and dangerous. Is it really that stupid and dangerous considering everything else I'm doing? Just need some fucking peace and quiet tonight, please. I think out that last part clear and loud in my mind, and I immediately regret it. Fine, I'll give you space and you can do whatever you want. Bye, Devon. Oh, come on, Cam, I'm really tired, and... The silence is immediately eerie. Must have gone far into the place he usually goes when he's angry, but right now I can't feel anything from him. I wait in silence for a while, then sigh in a way that makes it sound like I'm irritated, but it's mostly covering up the slowly simmering anxiety. I wonder how long it'll be before he decides to come back. No matter how much I try to pretend, though, I can't shake the feeling of deep emptiness. This is something I haven't felt in years, not since going into those mines back in Echo almost exactly 4 years ago now. I'm alone. Wait, Cameron. Cameron, you there? The feeling of being completely alone in my head is something I haven't felt since just before I killed Brian. Cameron, can you let me know you're here at least? Just one sign and I'll leave you alone. My voice sounds hollow in the empty space. Cameron, you there? No response except the microwave. I try not to panic and instead grab a fork to part at the bowl of mushy, unappetizing vegetables, the smell overwhelmed by garlic. This isn't funny at all, Cam. Actually, it's kind of fucked up and pretty cruel, too, because I didn't even do anything wrong. I wait a little longer, knowing those words would definitely trigger Cam to come back, but when he doesn't, I finally do start to panic. After about 5 minutes, I drop the fork in the bowl and look up. Cameron, you're really scaring me right now. Can you at least let me know you're here somehow? Anything. Empty. Because I'm gonna start freaking out for real if you don't say something to me, baby. Silence. That silence seems to become tangible, blanking me with a feeling of suffocation. Cammy, baby, please! Over the next 3 hours, I go from panic to anger to grief back to panic and then to anger and grief again. How could he do this to me right now? How could he? Well, if he doesn't want to be around me, then I'm gonna do the stuff he doesn't like me doing. I pull out an old bottle of bourbon and start drinking. If Cameron saw me doing this on a mostly empty stomach and after getting hit hard in the head, he would step in, no question. But he doesn't. After waiting for almost an hour, I head to bed, drunker than I've been since probably back in college. I curl into a ball, hugging Cameron's pillow tightly, silently begging him to come back. It's then that I start to process the idea that he could actually be gone. Cameron never said he could just leave, and he's never done it before. Maybe he doesn't even know how to come back. Silent begging isn't enough, and I mumble my coyote's name into the pillow over and over, hoping that if he's here, he'll see how pathetic I look and come back. But he doesn't. Maybe somehow this isn't real, because none of this feels real. Maybe this feeling of disbelief and devastation that's been with me since Echo has all been a dream, and I wake up in 2020 back with Cameron in bed next to me. I'm lucky I'm so drunk because I don't know how I deal with this sober. For now, I just cry myself to sleep. So when's your birthday? December 21st. You? October 18th. So I guess we don't have to worry about birthdays anytime soon. I hear a piano playing along with the faint sounds of a radio in the background. A familiar warm feeling of the good times, before the terrible changes. Oh! I'm standing in the doorway of one of the music classrooms, the one that Cameron likes to go to in the early evenings so that he can play on the grand piano. It's interesting being in his world. I haven't spent much time outside the engineering building since finishing my general studies, but being here, looking around at all the instruments, I appreciate it all a bit more compared to the last time I was in this building, when I took Intro to Music Theory a few years ago. These are the good times, but I won't know it not until Echo. See? Piano is way easier for me. I thought you sounded just fine on guitar. It was his voice that I really liked, though. Rough and smoky, but delivered with a smoothness that reminds me of old black and white movies. 2 weeks in and I'm already cautiously hoping this relationship will turn into something more. Cautious because Jesus is still fresh on my mind. The relationship had only lasted for a few months, but I wasn't ready for the rejection I didn't even see coming. It worries me a little that this canine might do the same thing. For now, though, he's smiling as he continues to play. I can see the red tinging the skin beside his ears, making me think he's probably feeling the same way I did when I was showing him the advanced math and physics classes I'm taking. But I am impressed. The Coyote's innate ability to seemingly pull beautiful and catchy melodies together seems just as impossible as Cameron said my coursework looked. Where do you even start? Cameron looks up from playing. Like, just the music in general. How do you just come up with it on the fly like that? Oh, well... Cameron scoots over as an invitation for me to sit down, and I do. Everyone's different, obviously, but I guess once you really learn how music works and combine that with the music you listen to, you can just sort of... Again, his fingers play effortlessly across the keys. Something tells me my limited music library wouldn't give me the experience I would need to be able to do this. Cameron had already teased me a little about listening to dad rock. He quickly showed me that he also listened to some dad rock too, but he listens to everything from rock to pop to jazz to classical. He enjoys it all. It left me feeling flushed and embarrassed, even though there wasn't a good reason to feel that way. Now that I think about it, I realize that I've embarrassed myself in front of Cameron quite a few times now, and I'm not sure if that's a good sign or not. Like, maybe I'm just paying more attention to what I say and do in front of him. Artie walking in on us fucking was mortifying, no matter how I look at it, but Cameron had laughed about it afterwards, and he even talks to Artie. They get along really well. That's when Cameron suddenly stops playing, looking at the clock above the classroom door. Well, I said my song would come on at any time after 5, but, you know, he might not even end up playing it. And there's the pessimism I've come to expect. It's not bitter or upset, he's just lowering his expectations to avoid disappointment, which is kind of the opposite of how I think of things. They will. Cameron shrugs, looking unbothered. I'm not exactly sure what it is about him that's making this all feel so important. He's cute, funny, smart, and we have longer, deeper conversations than I've had with anyone else. His songs sound a little angsty, but through their dark humor, there's a lot of sadness and pain in the lyrics. When I asked him about it, he brushed it off, saying he was exaggerating in the songs. Everyone exaggerates. He's scared to tell me about his past, and that makes me a little scared too, but maybe with some time, once I figure him out more. But something is telling me that this is going to turn into something much more. Like, this is more than just a college fling, more than just a boyfriend. It's almost like I can see the future. Well, we can, you know. Huh? Cameron starts playing again, this time with a different but no less gentle and pretty melody. See the future. Besides, this has already happened. It's me, Devon. There's a slight laugh in his voice, one that sounds more surprised than anything. Let my mind fall back into that current confused, traumatized, and angry mindset I seem to always be in now. But you left. I felt it. I actually don't know what happened, but I didn't like it. Oh man, that was good. Everything was dark and quiet, but then you were dreaming, and now I'm here. You're back with me? I think so, yeah. I sit on the bench next to Cameron, reaching out to him. He's solid, and through his sweatshirt I can feel his slender frame. He's real. We hug. We kiss. just like how it used to be. How does this feel so real? Is this really a dream? A half dream, I think. This has happened a few times before, like I visited you when you were dreaming, remember? Like what happened in Echo? That was more like a nightmare. This is a good dream. Cameron continues playing on the piano. I don't know, you have this beacon-like quality about you that no one else does. I think I'll always be able to find my way back. I kiss him again. Can we not go back? I want to stay here forever. Cameron laughs. We've got time, as long as we don't try to wake up too hard. We might even end up right back here again if things line up right. What if we don't? Then we'll stay here as long as we can and not worry about it. I reminded the other qualities about the coyote that I love. The way he's often so stressed and full of anxiety, but then suddenly surprises me with his durability and his bravery, especially when it comes to helping others. I just wish he'd remember that more when it comes to himself. I relax a bit as the warm, late afternoon light continues to pour into the room, lighting up the shiny instruments and the dust motes that swirl around us. I can see that the campus grounds are empty and not bustling with the usual combination of after-class hangouts and studying. Next up, we have a new song from our very own Cameron Wilson, a junior here at Pueblo. The voice is faint, almost covered up by static. Called When We Had Everything. Cameron smiles at me, and I smile back. I can remember this exact moment, the way Cameron had almost yelped with surprise and excitement at hearing his name and song come up. Instead of even listening to the song, we just made out. Man, we sure were horny back then. Back then? But Cameron doesn't say it, or his mouth doesn't move at least, and his voice is different, maybe a little deeper. Mainly, though, it comes from behind me. The Cameron I'm looking at reacts at the same time, spinning to look back, and I do the same. Ha! In the split second that I see it, I know what I'm looking at. Cameron had told me about it, how it's been following us around since Echo, how it's sort of an echo itself, and one that manifested after Brian murdered him. We don't know what it wants, but it hurts my Cameron, reminds me of the pain he went through. As I look at this fake Cameron, I feel that old anger. The same strange, cold fury that had blossomed in my chest after seeing what Brian had done. I'd have erode the shock and incoming grief just long enough for me to finish the old bear. I feel my teeth draw back in a feral snarl, warning this echo back, and it reacts by looking at me with fear and sadness. For some reason, it only makes me angrier, and I take in everything that makes this coyote so different from the one I know so well. There's a glazed look in its eyes, like it just woke up, and its build is all wrong, thicker and pudgier than Cameron had ever been. This is some warped, sick creation. It's not even alive, but I know it can still hurt us. It's too late, though, as I hear a strange, gurgling hiss next to me. I look. Duh! When Brian shot Cameron in the face, half of it had been blown away, splattering the walls of the cave and filling it with a smell that I'll never forget. Even now it fills my nostrils, and I just sit there, shaking and staring at Cameron, seeing his wide, twitching eye like he's alive and feeling it. But now I get to see him in agonizing detail without the blood and gore covering up the rest of him. Now I wonder if he was somehow alive and feeling the pain in the seconds after the shotgun blast, when I couldn't see any part of his face clearly. Stop! I yell at the echo, at the dream, at anything to make it stop. I reach out my right paw for Cameron's trembling shoulder, scared to touch him because I'm worried I'll make the pain worse. Even now in this dream world, I can see the scars just visible through the fur on my right forearm, where Cameron's jaw and teeth had been embedded. They'd had to be surgically removed, and all I can really remember is asking a nurse if I could keep his teeth once they'd been taken out. I didn't know what I had left of Cameron then, even though he was already talking to me, trying to keep me calm. He's not real, Devon. I lash out in the direction of the echo, and I feel my fist hit something soft, and I hear a gasp, and suddenly, I'm back in bed, feeling the beginnings of a pounding, awful hangover, but I don't pay attention right now. Cameron, baby, you there? Please! I'm here, don't worry. Oh, thank God, are you okay? What the hell did he do to you? I don't know, but I'm okay now, okay? I won't leave like that ever again. Are you in pain? Not anymore. Actually, yeah, I am. What the hell? How much did you drink? I laugh out of relief and happiness, but mostly relief, just glad my coyote is back. Babe, I thought I fucking lost you. I'll be here as long as I can, Devon, and I'll help you find these echoes, if that's what you really want. Now get up and get hydrated, and try to eat something, please. Of course, honey, of course. I get out of bed, the aches and pains from all the things that had happened to me over the past day forgotten. I chat with Cam as I make myself something a little heartier, drinking a bottle of water along the way. Cameron is back to his old self, and I realize it's all I want. No matter how much these echoes try to torment us and hurt us, we're still together. Echo couldn't change that then, and I sure as hell won't let it change that now. Alright. I suppose we are fully done with Arches now. Man. One hell of a sequel. One hell of an alternate timeline, too. Jesus Christ. God, I don't even want to think about what it's like having to get your boyfriend's teeth surgically removed from your arm because he got his fucking brains blown out. Jesus. That's oh my God, the kind of trauma that would bring? Holy shit. Oh my God. God, you ain't ever recovering from that shit. Oh my God, that'll be with you till your last breath. Oh, okay. Well, it is a bittersweet no. There's good with the bad, but alright. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to have a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. If you're a silver tier patron, Cade, Silver, thank you going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Alright, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!